Since the historic Outlander press conference, Sam Heughan has been virtually absent from social media. No posts, no events, no interviews. Fans are starting to worry. What is really happening to the man who was the soul of Jamie Fraser? The hashtag where is Sam Heughan quickly spread across Twitter. Some sources say he is hiding in the Scottish Highlands, where he filmed the first scenes of Outlander. Then this morning, at exactly 6 a.m. London time, a short video appeared on Sam's official Instagram account. No introduction, no background music, just him standing on a misty hilltop, with mountains looming in the dawn light behind him. The only caption, "It's time to talk." The live stream began at exactly 8 a.m. More than 3.5 million people watched at the same time. Sam steps into the frame. His hair is longer, his face a little thinner, but his eyes still burn like fire. He's wearing an ash-gray sweater, with a roaring fire in the small wooden house in the background. "Hello everyone," he begins, his voice hoarse but warm. "It's been a while since I've said anything. I think I owe you an explanation." The air on the livestream is dead silent. After the Outlander press conference, I felt the need to step back. I'd been living as Jamie Fraser for over a decade, and when it was over, I didn't know who I was anymore. He pauses, takes a deep breath. I'm taking a break from social media, away from the noise, to find myself in the Scottish hills. I need silence, not to escape, but to listen. Sam shares that he's been dealing with burnout lately, both physically and mentally. "There were mornings when I woke up and didn't want to get out of bed. I used to think I had to be strong, always smiling. But the truth is, I'm just a human being," he said, his eyes shining with sincerity that touched the audience. "I realized that, over the years, I'd given everything to Jamie, my time, my energy, my heart. But I'd forgotten about Sam, the man behind the character," and then, he chuckled softly. "But don't worry. I found him. Here, among the mountains and the wind." After a few emotional minutes of sharing, Sam suddenly changed his tone. "But no, I didn't come back just to talk about the past. I came back to talk about the future." He stood up, turned the camera to the window. Outside, a convoy of cars and filming equipment appeared. "That's right," Sam said, his eyes lighting up. "I'm shooting a new project. And this time, I'm not just an actor, I'm a producer." He revealed the title, Highland Soul, a film inspired by his own life, about a man who returns to his hometown after losing himself in the midst of fame. "This isn't Jamie Fraser," Sam said slowly, "but I think, in him, there's still a part of Jamie, and a part of me." Fans flooded the comments. "We're proud of you, Jamie lives on in you. Sam, we've waited so long for this day." Less than an hour after the live stream, Katrina Balfe reposted Sam's video with the caption, "Prouder than ever. Let the world see who Sam Heughan really is." Her post quickly surpassed 2 million likes, with thousands of emotional comments. One fan wrote, "Jamie and Claire are over, but Sam and Katrina will never cease to inspire." At the end of the video, Sam turns back to the camera, smiling. "Thank you for being patient with me. Sometimes silence doesn't mean the end. It's just a pause, before a new chapter begins." The sunlight streams through the window, reflecting off his face, a face no longer tired, but full of confidence. The live stream ends, but Sam's words still resonate in the minds of fans. "I'm back. And this time, I'm me." The cabin where Sam Heughan lived was bathed in twilight. He sat by the window, looking out at the mist-shrouded highlands. His phone was constantly lit with messages and notifications. Friends, colleagues, fans, even the former director of Outlander had sent congratulations. Sam gently set the phone down on the table. He poured himself a glass of whiskey, the kind he had introduced in his own Sassenach Spirits brand. For the next journey, he muttered, his voice soft but steady. An email popped up on his computer screen. From Katrina Balfe. Subject: Proud of you. The letter was brief, but each word seemed to warm Sam's heart. You did what very few people can. Face yourself. Outlander may be over, but Sam Heughan's journey is just beginning. He read it over several times, then smiled slightly. After all these years, they still understand each other better than anyone else, not as co-stars, but as two souls who have gone through a glorious period together. 2 days later, Sam officially released the first trailer for Heughan Soul. It's only 1 minute and 20 seconds long, but it's enough to set social media ablaze. The opening scene, a lonely man walking on a dewy meadow. Sam's voice rings out warmly. I used to think silence was the end, but sometimes it's the beginning of everything. The next scene shows him holding an old letter, the writing blurred by the rain, an image that immediately reminded viewers of Outlander. In the final scene, Sam turns back, looks straight into the lens and smiles. I'm back home. In just 12 hours, the trailer garnered 12 million views and hundreds of thousands of emotional comments. One fan wrote, "He's not just an actor, he's a symbol of strength and healing." Variety quickly contacted Sam for an exclusive interview. When asked why he chose to return to a quiet project like Heughan Soul, he replied, I don't want to just act anymore. I want to tell my own story, of someone who lost his way in the spotlight, and then learned to listen to his inner voice again. The reporter added, Are you afraid that the audience will compare this project to Outlander? Sam chuckled. Comparisons are natural. But I'm not trying to surpass Outlander. I just want to continue its spirit, the spirit of love, courage, and healing. A week after the livestream, Katrina Balfe flew to Scotland. She appeared quietly on the set of Heughan Soul, unannounced. As Sam was preparing for a scene, he heard a familiar voice behind him. You think you can shoot in Scotland without me finding you? He turned around. Katrina was standing there, in a long beige coat, her hair blowing in the wind. The crew was surprised, and Sam laughed, walking over to hug her tightly. What are you doing here? He asked. Help me, even if it's not on screen, maybe. Claire should still be there somewhere, right? They laughed. A simple moment, but it held everything, memories, friendship, and the belief that the journey wasn't over yet. That evening, Katrina posted a photo of herself and Sam on Instagram, writing, He didn't have to say much. He just stood there, and we all knew. He's back, stronger, deeper. The photo received millions of likes. Fans called it the Heughan rebirth. Sam also shared the post, with a short caption. Thank you for believing in me, even when I was silent. The next morning, the last scene of the day began. Sam stood on top of a hill, the wind blowing through his hair, his eyes looking far away. The director shouted, Action. He spoke in character, but seemingly to himself. Sometimes, to find yourself, you have to go far away, and when you come back, you realize, you were never really lost. The camera stopped. The crew fell silent, then applauded loudly. Sam bowed his head in thanks. He knew Jamie Fraser's journey had ended, but Sam Heughan had just begun a new chapter, a chapter no longer of legend, but of the real man, with all his wounds, silence, and the light of resurrection. Breaking the silence, it turned out not just to be the reappearance of Sam Heughan, but the moment he found himself again, and taught the world that silence is sometimes the strongest voice.